All right, some more Corvette stuff. Some cosmetic updates here. I've got some plugs. I'm gonna do those on a separate video. And I've got radar detector and MGW short shifters. I'll do that separately as well. But what I have to do here today are ACS Composites. They actually source these from another company. I forget what it's called, out of South Florida. But these are clear. We'll see how this looks in the back. I did all clear. They also have like a dark version of it, but I don't think the company sells them separately. Maybe they do, but anyway, I bought a whole kit of these clear LED side marker things, and some of them have bulbs, some of them don't. So these are ones for the rear. The ones in the front have two little bulbs, or little. It looks like they're little LEDs. So they have two little clear things in here. So we're going to install the fronts and rears, and then I'm also going to be doing these XL mud guards with the beloved carbon flash, aka sparkly paint that is nice. And this is the same kind of stuff that Kate uses on her crafts, that little speckle sparkle stuff. So, but that's what we got all over the car, so I kind of have to match it. So I think we can really simply just turn the wheel and pop that out and pop this in, but we're going to find out. The instructions that come with these are pretty robust, but it seems like pretty simple. We're going to turn the wheel, take a 7mm screw out, pry this back, and then pop the new one in the same place. So let's do driver's side first, because I can get a little better angle for you, and then we'll see if we can get this done in short order. I've got to take the wheels off anyway because I want to adjust the ride height. I've got about a ½ an inch difference, so it's probably, the wheel bolts are probably not proper. Maybe they were adjusted for, I don't know what, but I'm gonna fix that. So you could do this with the wheel on. Seems pretty clear that you could do it, but since I'm gonna take it off, I might as well make my life easier to get in here to this. My wheels are here. I'm getting them on. I should have them by Wednesday. I'm gonna go down to PSI to get them. I've also got the calipers all set up. Some people were concerned in the last video about I had to push the pistons back in, and I took a screwdriver specifically in the rear and pried it back. I wasn't using leverage of the carbon ceramic. I'm not quite that dumb. But what I was doing was just putting the screwdriver and just pulling back, because we didn't set it beforehand. Okay, so to get to this, I'm gonna have to pop several things out here to get this piece out, I think. I think they have some pretty robust instructions, so we'll get to that second. So let me take the 7mm bolt out. I was pretty keen on to how it would go when I did the drop spindles. I didn't expect it to be that difficult to do, but I knew that I'd have to figure it out because I'd never messed with a suspension with spindles before. Every suspension I've ever had was just really simple coilovers. I guess actually it'd be more complicated coilovers. And so I knew people would be freaking out. And there was a chance I was not going to have all the exact right tools, and everybody's telling me how to do it, but I know people underestimate, the difficulty it takes to, when you're DIYing in your garage. I've sat and watched many professionals work on cars, and that's just how it goes. The only way is if you'd worked on this car all the time, and this was the car that you did. So there's the front piece. So if this was the car that you worked on all the time, you did spindles every week, then you'd know how to do it. If I did it again, it would take me a quarter of the amount of time. I'm finally learning to wear gloves, keep my hands from getting so nasty. So the concept of these, they have an XL and a regular. So the concept of these is to keep the rocks from beating the crap out of your car. I didn't do anything in the rear because I don't think the rear is really going to be a problem. But this one seems to make sense to me. We'll see. Yeah, that looks a lot nicer too. We'll see how it holds up. I don't like this kind of bolt-on thing, but I guess it just makes sense to have this kind of protection. Now, I went with the XL version instead of the regular. I think the regular is another, inch or so in on this. It doesn't stick out as much. But yeah, I'm just, really just asking people, just bear with me, man. I'm telling you, there's little things, little tweaks, all the stuff that I have to figure out on my own, that some of you may or may not already know because you've been shopping this car half your life. But I promise you, I'm gonna get there. I love these little Sonic little 1/4 inch ones. It's plastic, you don't want to go too tight. Well, that was pretty simple. Now let's get to this side. So to get in here, I think I've got to take this piece off. Let me check their site real quick. Okay, that was a waste of time because there's no instructions and there's one little stupid video, so I'm just going to take it apart and figure it out. I just wanted to see if I could just pop this out without having to do anything, and you can't. It doesn't show any. There's no screw. Well, I think there is a screw right here, so I do have to take this piece off, I think. Yeah, little T15s. Just going to loosen this piece. Let's just do this. This will be faster. So there's got to be a piece down low here too. This thing is wide, man. Even on my GT3, I've got a lot of room. So this probably has to come off. It's like a T27 maybe. That's kind of weird. Oh, I see how that works. There's two little grooves here. Set that aside. Check out this little puppy. I love this thing. Little screw thing. You shouldn't even be working on your car if you don't know which is righty-tighty, which is lefty-loosey. They showed and install the rear, but not the front. So I'll probably end up taking off more than I have to. Wow, that's a lot of screws on that underbody tray. That's the one thing I find on this car is all the screws are unnecessarily long. Like, why would you need that to be that long? Every single thing. I'm not complaining, I'm just stating. And these things don't come out so easily. Okay, I'll set this aside here. So I should be able to pull this off. At least pull it aside. And there isn't a screw. No, I don't think there is. So let's just pop this out. Try to get in there without prying against. I just can't see anything. There we go. I see how it works now. There we go. If I can get my hand in there. So what you do, see how these are alternating? So you just reach up in there with your hand and push against, then it pops out nice and cleanly. Pull this little Molex off, and that's it. So you see these, boom, 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 and they alternate. So no screws. What I was thinking there was a screw holding these in here, but there isn't. So driver's side. I'm usually not a fan of clear reflectors like this, are clear tail lights, but for some reason it works on this car. So I'm going with it. I was thinking about changing the tail lights back to red, but I'm just gonna stick with this look. Okay, let's put our 7mm. Let me put this back in place here. So you don't need to take that off. Let's put this back in place first. It's pretty typical that nothing ever lines back up the way you took it apart. Where's the frickin' hole? Okay, there's the hole. What janky bullcrap is that? There's 3 holes, and none of them are even close. So you see that little carbon fiber? See that the hole is somewhere in this neighborhood.
Oh, there it is, right there.
There's 2 of them. No, there's only 1. So how do we get that?
That one's like close, but. Oh,
Freaking junk. We're gonna have to just line it up and make a new hole.
Let me see it real quick.
That's reverse, I think.
No, it's not.
All right. Good job making a new hole.
The stars aligned. 1 out of 10 chance.
You know, I know I'm complaining
like
here,
a
but
finger here and
I'm
like-
telling you, that's just not good. Not good. So put this sparkly plastic back on. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean carbon flash. Sprinkle plastic. I wanted to do the APR Performance I wanted to do their version of this, but you have to buy their new front lip. Freaking piece of crap. Where's the freaking hole? All right, there's 1, 2. There we go. No, I think that's just how it goes. All right, first one's done. It's not too bad. But I mean, people were right. This kind of build quality is going to drive me nutty. So this doesn't really fit right. That looks a whole lot better. I mean, this kind of matches that, so I get it. And it'll keep the side of the car from getting destroyed. I'm just not a big fan of bolting this kind of stuff on. I'd be a fan of removing this kind of stuff, but...
I did notice this one kind of kicks out a little farther.
Yeah. I wonder if that creates any kind of... Yeah, I wonder if that would create any kind of rubbing issue. Well, it'll rub away really fast. We'll see. All right, so let's do the rear here, since no reason to show the same side. So I think, yeah, we just pop this thing off. I shouldn't need to remove the wheel. I might still have to remove the wheel because I'm going to be messing with the ride height anyway. Trying to get the sides somewhat even. And then 1, 2. Let's see if I can get this in here. I don't have a angled power tool. That's off. Yeah, I don't know about clear against this back bumper here. So this one's the little LED as well. like the correct one. Pop this back on, push that back in place. Snap it in, put these screws back in. These should go back in easily. Yeah, see, to me the rear one, since the rear doesn't have all that bolted on fender stuff, it didn't make sense to do the rear splash guard. Plus this goes in, so I think rocks will go the opposite direction. So it didn't make any sense to put it back here. At least not to me. So these are just a T315 Torx. It's going into plastic, so you don't need to be super tight. There we go. So I wonder how I'm gonna get these out. I wonder if I was supposed to reach. Yeah, I don't know about the clear ones back here. I'm getting a new piece on this bumper anyway, but I don't want to damage anything if I can help it. If I can find, actually if I can hold up the other one, then I can push this in, not have to pry against the bumper. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to reach them, I don't think. See how they go like this. There it goes. I don't think these are side specific. Oh, it says on a right hand, so left hand, right hand. So that's the right one. Well, it's certainly easier to put it in than just to get out. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks good. Gosh, I normally really hate this kind of look, but this fingernail tool thing is amazing. There we go. By the end of it, we get it figured out.
Don't take your bumper off.
Yeah, that would be, we didn't hurt anything. As long as you're pulling away from the paint and not prying in there, you'd be perfectly fine just doing it this way without having to take the whole darn bumper off. So actually in the future, yeah, you would have to take these off because look, there's two screws right there. So, or you probably have to take the whole bumper cover off to replace. I don't know, they got that. These probably have little clips. Like I wonder if this all comes apart. So when I get my new APR Performance section here, I bet you can just pull this thing apart. So I'm probably end up breaking these to buy some new ones. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let me knock this one out. I guess let me put this back together here. So in the front, it goes outside. On this, it goes inside. So it goes underneath. There we go, that's back in place. All right, I don't think I need a video of the other side. Let me put this, I'll do the other two real quickly. Okay, so let me just show you where we're at. Let's video this since we got the camera out. My heights are pretty significantly off. So from to the top here, you know, in this rough center line of the hub, I'm 26 inches on the passenger side and I'm 26 and 9/16 on this side. So I'm a little more than a ½ inch tall on this side or a ½ inch low on the other side, depending on how you want to look at it. And then the rear, I'm about a quarter of an inch, so it's 27.5 and 27 3/8. So I'm gonna mess with the front, put the car back down, measure it and see what the deal is. But all we really need to do is turn this. So I'm thinking about, to lower it, we would go down. So I want the leaf spring. So I think what you do on these, I need to put a little, I'll put the put the pole jack under here. I'll take a little bit of tension off of this.
Wouldn't it be better to unload the control arm? There.
Right, so I think I need to load the leaf spring. If I push up on the leaf spring, not on the control arm.
I'd say just try it without anything. Try all three.
Oh yeah, it's turning. Yeah, so I don't think I need to load anything. I just don't know which way to turn. I'm about to find out. So I'm going lefty-loosey, which would mean I'm attempting to lower this side. I have no idea how much that's going to translate. I'm just going to have to suck it up and put the wheel back on and put it on the ground and measure. You know, on a coilover, I have a good idea of what I'm doing. This, I have no idea. You know,
it's a foreign language.
Yeah, everything on this car is a darn foreign language to me. The only thing it isn't is don't hit the darn carbon ceramics. That's universal language. So we'll put this sucker on the ground and see what happened. And I can reach in there without taking the wheel off, I think. Now that you've kind of seen what we're doing.
Think about your Corsa yet?
Nope. He's looking into it. Never had so many people emailing me and message me about carbon ceramics. Everybody wanted the old ones. But the spindles, the drop spindles, gave us an incredible amount of lowering. Like approaching 2 inches. It's awesome. You know, we still have a little bit of wheel gap. It'll be interesting to see when I bring the offsets out on the new wheels, how that looks. Let's see. Lower. 26 and 3/8. How did that happen? 26 and a half. How did the other side come up 1/2 inch? Yeah, it's right on 3/8. So I think we're good now. No, because now this one, it's right at 26 1/4. Yeah, so that's a little more appropriate. 2 notches below 28, whatever that is. 7/8, 27 and 7/8, 27 and 5/8. All right, let's wrap up our little cosmetic upgrade here, upgrade video. Put our license plate on. I finally got my Florida plate. I didn't get a personalized plate because I think the odds of me keeping this car long enough to even get one is pretty slim. So I just got a regular Florida plate. But I will put an OG plate frame on. So come get me, Bryce. Come get me. You gotta blur it out. I want you to blur out all my plates and all my cars from here on out.
Got it.
And then,
blur out your face.
Yeah, blur out my address. I'm more concerned about the guy down the street than somebody across the country. So, black OG plate frame. Let me go get the screws that I painted. Well, I'm gonna have to do them again anyway, but I missed the spot.
Sprayed them like 3-4 times.
I know, well, I painted these black. I knew I didn't like this car. It only has two bolts. All cars should have 4. Because this thing's gonna vibrate like crazy. Probably gonna need to put something behind this. It's good enough. Actually, this should hold on okay. When I finish this, when I get the APR version of the rear diffuser here, I'll put some rubber stuff behind it. Just like your light switches though, we gotta make these vertical so they match. All right, so that wraps up this little cosmetic project. Got a plate on it, got the clear markers on the sides, and then on the back to match the clear lenses here. I won't be tinting these. I know a lot of people do that. I don't like tinting stuff, especially tail lights. Wow, there's a lot of scratches on that thing. We got some work to do, but slowly putting things together. Wheels will be going on next week, and then I got to start detailing it because right after SEMA I'm going to go down to the Presidential and auto paint guard, and we're going to do PPF and coat the thing. So I wanted to get it corrected so that I didn't make Billy do all the work. Anyway, thanks for watching this little cosmetic upgrade. Actually, rather than finishing, we got a few minutes. Let's take this darn emblem off while we're at it. Yeah, that makes me happy.
It's the...
Oh, the E's aren't attached? What the heck? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's just the core.
Nice. No more vet. Core. I like core. Hardcore. Because that's what this American machine is. Oh, this piece is 3 pieces. Interesting. That makes it impossible to put it back on. I don't even think I need a heat gun for this one. So I'll just use a little Tarex fingernail. And the Corvette is gone. You don't know anything about heritage. Heritage is the equivalent of keeping Beanie Babies thinking they're going to be worth something someday. I'm looking forward to the exhaust pipes being all black so we don't have that weird looking thing there. Almost there. This is surprisingly easy to get off though. I was going to be leaving this till tomorrow. Yeah, it would be really sick if they didn't put that indentation there. You could just take that off. This would look pretty clean. This rear bumper I think would look best without anything on it. Yeah, I don't even need to polish. I'm gonna wait till I polish the whole car. Clean up all my junk. The rest of it fell under the floor. I'll clean that up later when it dries out. No more Corvette. So there you go. Emblem, plate frame, clear side markers. Next project will be, I don't know, shifter, spark plugs. Got lots of stuff to do. Wheels. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.